interesting pattern showing up here. Bitcoin's trying to hold that $80,000 level, but we're seeing some serious headwinds from inflation fears. The chart's telling us we've got key support sitting right in that $78,000 to $80,000 zone, and it looks like it's actually flipped to support after that brief break higher. That's a decent sign for the bulls short term. Looking at resistance, we're bumping up against $82,800 on the immediate upside. If we can crack through there, I'm watching $86,000 to $88,000, where previous support should act as some stiff resistance. Beyond that, you've got the psychological $90,000 level and that 50-week moving average sitting around $93,000 to $95,000. That's where the real offers are going to be. On the flip side, if $78,000 can't hold, we're probably looking at a liquidity sweep down to $75,000 to $76,000. There's a ton of long stops sitting down there just waiting to get taken out. Deeper dip towards $70,000 definitely on the cards if this broader market gets chopped up. What's really interesting is the positioning here. Long-term holders are absolutely stacking sats right now. They've absorbed nearly 830,000 Bitcoin from short-term wallets, and we're sitting at almost 80% of total supply locked up by these diamond hands. That SOPR above 1.0 shows they're in profit too, which is typically bullish. But here's the red flag. Open interest is exploding. That means way more leverage entering the system, making this whole thing fragile. One wrong move, and we could see some nasty liquidations. The liquidation map's showing heavy long liquidity built up below $78,000, especially around that $75,000 to $76,000 zone. On the upside, short squeeze potentials building above $82,000, with clusters at $82,800 and heavier concentration up at $86,000 to $88,000. ETF flows just flipped negative after 6 weeks of solid inflows. We saw $268 million out, then another $423 million over 2 days. That institutional money pulling back is definitely putting a dent in the spot demand narrative. The HTF picture's still showing Bitcoin below that key $97,000 resistance from the $120,000 all-time high. We're making lower highs and lower lows in this corrective phase, so the directional bias stays cautious for any sustained upside. Fed's anticipating hotter inflation, which cools rate cut hopes. That macro headwind could easily push us towards $70,000 if we see this rising wedge break lower. Social sentiment's getting a bit too frothy too, which usually means the rally might be short-lived. Trade setup I'm watching. If Bitcoin reclaims $82,800 and holds, looking for longs around $82,900, targeting $86,000, with stops at $81,900. On the short side, if we lose $78,000, entries around $77,800, targeting $75,000, with stops at $78,800. That's what the data is telling us.